I sent you a text.
Check, mic check, check. 1, 2. Check, mic check, check. 1, 2. Jim Walker, City Council, place 1. Check, mic check, check. 1, 2. Don Carroll, place 3. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, mic check, check. 1, 2. Mayor?
Yep, you're good.
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. 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 Handheld mic, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Head into the back.
Thank you.
Chamber. So that would be a. Oh, I didn't see any guacamole. I would grab some. Come.
Somebody's getting flowers. Somebody's getting flowers. I get so tired of this Chamber of Commerce meeting because it's just Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, and the time is 5:30 p.m. We're here for the regular session of the Coppell City Council. We do have a quorum present, so I'm calling the meeting to order. We will be convening into executive session in the first floor conference room. At the end of the executive session, I'll come back out and announce that we will be entering into work session, at which time the public will be invited to join us. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Howdy, everybody. The time is 5:56 PM. We have adjourned from executive session and we'll be entering into work session in the first floor conference room. The public is invited and encouraged to join us. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. We've got 3 items on work session. The first one is regarding the agenda items. I forgot to send out the email. Yeah, I'm going to explain it now. I made a mistake last time when I announced Mike's retirement fund increase, which was a 5% to a 7% amount. I calculated it based on his old salary, not his new salary. My calculation was okay, except I just used the wrong number. So, in the minutes, the correct number is listed. That is the 7% of his current salary, which is not the number that we read into the agenda last meeting.
Good catch.
Wasn't me.
I wonder who it was.
I think it was a person probably that Don was talking to. But anyway, I apologize for that. It was my fault. We just weren't trying to slide anything through, but to let you know, we could do this numerous ways, but this was the one that was suggested.
And that will fulfill all requirements, not have, like,
Yes.
versus making a motion or anything, we're good? All right.
I think
the
it was
man
that made the
actually, I
suggestion.
think he was the one that made the
The contract
suggestion.
still has
so-
to come up, doesn't it? Do we still have to approve the contract? Okay,
You in essence did.
we already did, okay,
By agreeing to those terms,
okay,
you know, memorialized and signed by the mayor.
okay.
And next time I will follow the city attorney's advice and use only percentages and not numbers. Lesson learned. All right, any other agenda items?
I had a couple questions. Oh, go ahead.
I actually had a question about agenda item, consent agenda item H. I'm getting a look through this, which is the striping.
Yes.
And all it really is just, I was reading through the memo and it talked about that the contract had a provision for a one-day, like for 2 one-year extensions. How long is the actual contract, or is it monetary based?
It's based off the not to exceed number, and
Okay.
so if we finish out that 1 million over the next couple of years, we have the opportunity to renew additional funds, if we want to.
All right, and would that come back before us
Sure.
to authorize the
I
money
believe
for that?
so. Yeah.
Okay, that was, I just wanted to make sure I understood, because I didn't understand the initial time length, but there was extensions on it.
Right.
Okay, yep, that's all I have, thank you.
Who was next? I didn't write names
I
down.
had one on H.
Go right ahead.
Okay, So, okay, how long was one of them? So the original contract that we did for the first 10 miles of stripe and everything, is that contract completely
It is
finished?
It is finished.
Okay, so that's finished. And then how this gets funded, it comes out of the general fund. I don't know if that's a question for you, but,
This,
Is
this was the assigned fund balance.
okay, so we had just earmarked part of fund
Correct.
balance for this purpose?
Correct.
So we just hadn't, okay. Okay, thanks.
Jim, did you have something?
He actually asked my
Okay.
question. So we're good. I had another question.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so I was just kind of curious on consent agenda item C. I remember when we were talking about replacing the command post vehicle, one of the problems was that the fire department's radios don't communicate on the same frequency as the police department radios, or something to that effect, or at least with respect to the command post. Are these radios going to be able to communicate with the command post, or what?
Well, there's a technical question. I'm looking around the room.
There he comes.
Did you hear the question?
I heard part of it, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So I remember when we were talking about replacing the command post vehicle.
Yes.
There was the issue about you guys having to get in there with just regular radar radios because the command post radio the police used wouldn't work with your radios.
Correct.
Are these radios compliant with the police department radios?
Yes, sir.
And the command post vehicle
Yes,
radios?
sir. The new ones will be, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tim.
Anything else? Don?
Can I ask something just on K, and this is the update to the budget? I don't know who that's, just to clarify, so is this just a 6-month look? Did we just adjust, because we will also do this at the end of the budget year also, right?
Correct.
Anything, so this is just a 6-month
You are correct.
look or adjustment to whatever we've done so far?
So it is amending for the encumbrance carryovers, which are the POs that were created as of, they were still there at 9/30 that we're bringing over into the current year. So we moved the budget over into the current year. And then any actions that you've taken from October 1st through now, there was one or a few that were done at the end of September that impacted this fiscal year. So those actions that you've taken, we are amending for that. So it's getting actions that you've taken, the paperwork or the ordinance to agree.
Okay, and just sort of logistically on those, the carryovers, so if we do the budget in August is when we will approve it. If we already know there are gonna be some carryovers that are going to go past 9/30 at that point, do those get factored into next year's budget?
No.
Okay,
because
they don't.
We really don't know the encumbrance carryovers until after we close out the fiscal year.
Okay,
Because we're still paying invoices in October for things received as of September 30th.
Okay, so
They
that
just
wouldn't-
don't get us their invoice.
so we wouldn't really bake anything into the new budget. The new budget would be a completely new budget, and then we would adjust it
Correct.
once we got the year in.
Yes.
Right, okay, thanks.
Anybody else? All right, seeing none, let's move on to item B. This is the discussion regarding the mayor pro tem. We do have an agenda item to select the next year's mayor pro tem. We went over this, I think, in detail last year. I rearranged the names, actually. There was a bit of John's leaving, it kind of moved things around. But the current list would be Kevin Nevels would be next in line, Don Carroll would be next, Jim Walker, and then Ramesh would be fourth, followed by Mark Hill, Brianna, and then Bijou. And so that's just following the natural seniority and attrition, not attrition, that's not a good word for it.
That's what I heard. Protect your man. That's what he just said.
You're not safe in the parking lot.
So I'll talk a little bit more about the duties of the mayor pro tem when we get out there, but it's just a reminder, it is completely this group's decision. It's not, the selection of the mayor pro tem is completely at the discretion of the council. This is just a courtesy that we've established over the years, and it's completely changeable, but it seems to be working for us. Mayor Pro Tem, do you have anything to say?
No, he's looking around. I was gonna see when he was gonna pay.
I feel like Don's plotting against me.
He's gonna change the rules. It can't be next.
You beat me about 30 days, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've been doing some reading in old histories of the council, and at one point, the mayor pro tem was sort of like the sergeant at arms. And in 1972, a council member had been absent for like 6 months, and it was up to the mayor pro tem to remove him from office, so.
We need to reestablish those duties. I'm happy to step up.
That's okay. I'm perfectly happy with the way the charter's written right now.
Send them out for the trash.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that will come up. We will need a motion and a name, and we do the standard vote on it. Discussion regarding city council liaisons. Thank you very much for getting your information in. It actually worked out very well. I'm sorry.
Ramesh is behind.
I know. Here, Ramesh.
Thank you.
I think the way it worked is most everybody was able to get, I know everybody was to get at least their first or second choice. Most everybody got their first choice. That not everybody got 2 assignments, and that was not something, nobody said anything about not wanting to, so it was just completely kind of the way that the ordering worked out. This again is arbitrary. If anybody has any concerns or wants to do some horse trading, now is the time.
All good.
Is there an issue there?
Yeah. North Texas Commission.
Oh,
That was not his first choice, but it was, that's actually one of my, yeah, it's a good one.
don't believe
You're
me.
setting
Very early.
you're setting us up to a bad precedent here.
This means you'll have to do leadership in Texas.
Okay, everybody good with this? Y'all are easy tonight. All right, that is it. The time is 6:10 p.m. or 6:10 p.m. Yeah, it is 6:10 p.m. We're at the end of the work session. We will move into the council chambers for the regular session of the city council at 7:30. But we got this little event at 6:30 called a reception for the mayor pro tem.
But is Mike needing this from all, is that?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
he is. Mike needs the paper that was passed out during exec, please.
Yeah, we sent ours back home.
In this meeting?
We are good. We're thinking.
All right, we are all good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I may just have to do this without a microphone. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this evening's little ceremony. I don't know exactly what to call it. It's the beginning of a new transition for some of us, like Mayor Pro Tem John. And it's a beginning for others like Ramesh, Prem, and Kumar. So tonight we've got to honor one of our own. John, where are you? Could you please come up here? So one of the things you're going to have to learn is you're not going to get away with that anonymity anymore, so you're going to have to be out in front of people. You know, one of the things, John first got elected to the city council in 2020, which was right after COVID, and that was one of the worst campaign periods I've ever seen. And this guy did things that were just unbelievable. I'm sure it was Judy's plan for you to go to all of the high school graduates and give them little gifts. That was phenomenal. Some of my best campaign ideas have come from my wife as well. So, that was unbelievable. John was elected in 2020, and he served ever since then. He's been something of a base for us to make sure that we don't go off the wall too far. Before being on the city council, he served with our Board of Adjustments. He was special counsel for the city of Coppell. He went through the Citizens Police Advisory, or Police Academy. He served on the Library Community Builders. He's been a longtime member of the Lions Club, and he's been a member of the DFW Asian American Citizens Council, and you were the founder of the Korean Society, Korean American Coalition in Dallas. So, that's not an underachiever right there. Couple of things that we've accomplished, and I say we because it is the city council that's done it, but we've got things that are in works that John's been responsible for. You may be aware that we're having a Veterans Plaza built. We're currently right in the middle of that. And that one idea started with this guy right here. That was his idea. He brought it forward. He's going to be here when we unveil it, and it's going to be a great thing. So thank you very much for that. We also have done other things that John's been instrumental in promoting. We got our homestead exemption for seniors raised, and I know he's going to take he's going to take every bit of credit for having South Beltline finished, right?
No, because they were.
He's been a huge proponent of citizen engagement. I mean, every time we're debating something or discussing something, he's gone, have you thought about what the citizens think? What do the citizens think about this? He's gone so far in registering voters to vote and actually transporting voters to the polls. Just a huge citizen of the community. His fiscal responsibility, we really need him down in Austin for that. And, prior to serving, or after serving this community, he is running for House District 115, and we certainly wish him the best and just anything we can do to help you. So thank you very much, John. So this would be really easy to turn this into a roast, and it's not going to be that. But I would like to invite Mr. Andrew Kim, who is president of the Korean Association of Dallas, to come forward. And I've met Mr. Kim many times, and we've developed a very good friendship. And he wanted to say a few things about John himself. So, Mr. Kim.
코리안
association really proud with John. I think during the John tenure in the city of Coppell, John has made a remarkable achievement in the reforming city administration and the developing city of Coppell. In particular, he raised the state of Korean community and Korean American by establishing Hanbok Day and Korean American Day. Therefore, we give this plaque to the express our deep love and respect, John. And I would like to continue to the good relationship with the city of Coppell. Thank you. 홍노페 코펠시 부시장 전영주. 기아는 코펠시에서 재임하는 동안 정의와 진리를 구현하는 시정 개혁과 코펠시 발전에 놀라운 업적을 남기셨습니다. 또한 직장과 가정의 조화로운 만족을 이루게 하는 내실 있는 시정 운영으로 코펠시를 품위와 아름다움을 갖춘 도시로 발전시키셨습니다. 특히 한복의 날과 미주 한인의 날 기념일 제정을 이끌어내어 한인사회와 한인의 위상을 높이셨습니다. 이에 부시장님께 깊은 사랑과 존경을 표하며 이 공로패를 드립니다. 2024년 5월 14일 달라스 한인회 회장 앤드루 킴. Oh, the mayor. Yeah.
All right, I know that tonight is a city council meeting, so we're fortunate to have our entire city council here tonight. I'm going to recognize everybody, if I can do it by memory. Raise your hand. Jim Walker. Brianna Hinojosa is actually absent tonight. We have Don Carroll. Oh, over there. All right. Kevin Nevels. Bijou Matthew. There we go. And Mark Hill. And, you know, just to give you an idea, when the heavy hitters come out, then you know you've done something really special. So former city council members here, and that's Marvin Franklin. Marvin? If any of our council members would like to come up, Bijou, I think you had something you wanted to say, so come on forward. If any of the rest of the council would like to say anything, please come forward now, and we'll kind of open it up to the floor after that. So, John, it's been an honor and a privilege, and thank you very much for your time and your service. I know it's not going to stop here, so I know that we're going to see you in the community from now on. So, here, Bijou.
Thank you, Mayor John. Mayor Pro Tem John, thank you for your service to the city of Coppell. We really do appreciate. I met you in 2018, and ever since we've become so close friends. We attended many of the city events together. We traveled to places together. So we became friends, and our spouses also became friends. So we become a family friends now. And I just wanted to say thank you for your service to the city of Coppell. And Mayor already mentioned this, that John is a veteran, and thank you for your service to the nation. And John brought this idea of having a Veterans Plaza in Coppell, and the City Council discussed and debated, and we approved it. Soon, I hope by next Veterans Day, we will have a plaza right behind this building, so that you can come back and inaugurate with us. Thank you. One more thing that Mayor mentioned, when I came to City Council in 2018, I talked about homestead exemption being increased for our veterans, seniors, and disabled from $75,000 to $100,000. And I didn't get much traction at that time, but in 2021, new set of council members came in, including yourself, and we were able to approve that from 75,000 to 100,000, which means you pay less property tax, those you are in that category, and it's a tax cut for you. So thank you for your support on that particular initiative. So with all this achievement under your belt, I know you have many to list here. We don't have the time to list all of them. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I know Mayor mentioned you're running for District 115. We wish you all the best. Our family wish you all the best. Shiji is also here. She wishes you the best. Thank you very much.
John, I would say it's been a real pleasure serving with you. Your unique perspective on things has been refreshing. I really appreciate your approach for looking out for all the citizens at almost any issue we talk about. The question arises, as Mayor Mates said, have you talked to the citizens? Have we polled them? Have we gotten their input? And you definitely have a servant's heart, and I think that you're going to do well at the next level, and I wish you all the best, and you're going to make Coppell proud.
So what happens when you invite all the politicians to come up and talk. So, all right, John, first of all, thank you so much. I've enjoyed serving with you the past 3 years. I remember the very first time we had the opportunity to serve together was on the 2040 Executive Committee. And you see the fruits of our labor there, and we're very proud about that because we got some of the highest citizens engagement ever for a strategic plan, for our community. So I know you and I were both very proud and excited about that. I had the opportunity to come on council about 6 months after you came on, and I would be remiss if I didn't say there was a moment there where we got a little sideways, and I got to say that John and I, we reached out to each other after that, and we went to that McDonald's. Well, we talked like for 3 hours at that McDonald's, and we really found a place of commonality. And really what that came down to was the love of this community. And I saw that, and I saw your heart. And I think that that's where our relationship really grew. So I want to thank you for opening up and kind of letting me in and kind of understand where you come from in that. The other council members have said, the way that you think, your fiscal responsibility is unmatched. The way that you advocate and fight for citizens is unmatched in this town. So, every one of these citizens has benefited from your guidance and your leadership. Also, I do have to say this. I appreciate you not diming me out to the mayor or the other council members when last year I was watching the Stanley Cup Western Conference Finals on the dais on my laptop. I appreciate that. So thanks for not letting anybody know about that. Oh, geez, everyone's here. Oh, man. But I do want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sharing the seat next to me. We've had many conversations about that. And, I always, just so everybody knows, so I am a 6th-degree black belt in Taekwondo. And so I always kept John on his toes a little bit just because of that. So, John, thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's an honor. And we wish you all the best in your next endeavor. And best of luck with 115.
Well, John, I would try not to reiterate what everybody else has said. You're about 6 months older than me on council, and so we sort of grew up together. You look younger than I do. No, 6 months older on council than I am, and so we sort of grew up together, sort of learned the ropes together and everything. And it has been quite a journey. Really have appreciated. You are always prepared. You are always come ready to be engaged. You have always listened to the citizens, and those things are great. The one thing I have really come to admire about you is that you have a philosophical foundation about you, and when we get asked some of the tough questions and have to make some tough decisions, you always fall back and rely on some of those foundational pieces, and I think that is at times what is missing in the world of our elected officials. Sometimes it's having philosophical foundations that we can rely on. So I appreciate you having that as an example and that you show that to the community and everything. So I have enjoyed serving with you for the last 3 years and will miss serving with you, but good luck on your next endeavors. Thank you. You bet.
Is there anybody else that has a desire to come up and say something about John? Doesn't that feel vulnerable when you make that offer? Hey, listen, I tell you, on behalf of the city, though, there's a couple of gifts down on the table. There's the John June Boulevard that is yours to keep. There's a couple of other items down there. And on behalf of the city council, I'd like to present you with this plaque that says, in appreciation, Councilmember John June, Coppell City Council 2024, and it lists the 2 mayors that you've served under and also all the city councilmen that you have served with. So hope there's a good place on your desk to put that one. Oh, move over, move over, move over. What are we doing? They want to take pictures. Oh. Give the people what they want. All right, thank you very much. John, one last thing on behalf of the city. Here's a plaque talking about the appreciation for your years of service to the citizens of Coppell and from the city of Coppell itself. So thank you for your service. Now, one more thing before we let you say a few words, I'd like to ask Judy to come up, please. Well, either that or I'm going to give him some roses. So,
that is rare. I think you know.
Well, now, no, because I know exactly how that is from the spousal side on my side of the family.
We don't understand. That could be trouble.
Well, it's going to be my fault, so you'll be okay. Judy, on behalf of the city of Coppell, thank you very much. Having a spouse spend as much time with the citizens and with the council is really your doing, and you make that happen. So we really thank you for the sacrifices that you've made on behalf of the city, and want to thank you and present you with this bouquet of roses. John, since you're practicing on being a professional politician, do you have anything you would like to say?
I have 10 pages, so hope you're ready. Oh, no. So, a couple weeks ago, when our secretary, Crystal, was retiring, Mike Land asked me, he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, are you okay that your last meeting is coming up?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." But I'll be honest with you that leading up to today, I was getting emotional. So forgive me if I do get a little emotional. But I want to start by thanking God for all of the blessings that we received. You know, there are many things that we could disagree on, but I think we could agree on one thing, that we're all blessed, all of us here. We're blessed to be here. We're blessed to be living in Coppell. And if you don't live in Coppell, I think you should start thinking about moving to Coppell. And it's a true story. It's a great city, and John told me that it was a great city too, so there's no lie. But and although not perfect, I can tell you that we live in the greatest country in the world. I want to thank each of you for being here tonight. My wife, Judy, especially. My daughter, Ariel, did not make it, but Jamie, and my daughter, Jessie, who's in here with Spirit, because she's still teaching down in Houston, and my son, Sam, my sisters and brother-in-laws, city staff, friends, supporters, Korean community. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, I know some of you are here partly to see Mayor Mays, Councilmember Smith, she's not here, but Councilmember Nevels, Councilmember Matthew, Councilmember, the newly elected Councilmember Krempelmar get sworn in, but I know the reason why you're here. You're here to see me, not them. And I'll keep that a secret, right? Hey, I could dream, can I? Hey? Speaking of dreams, 45 years ago, I immigrated to Guam when I was 10 years old, 2 years after my mother passed away. 6 years later, I graduated from John F. Kennedy High School, but didn't have a dream of what I wanted to do or become. So naturally, I joined the U.S. Navy because my best friend said, he convinced me that we can serve the greatest country and see the world at the same time. He was right on both. Got to serve the greatest country on the carrier USS John F. Kennedy and saw the world, the Mediterranean part of it too. And I also got to defend our country when we were in conflict with Libya during 1988-89 conflict. But that wasn't my dream. So I left 4 years later with an honorable discharge, still without a dream, not knowing what exactly to do. But then one of my dreams came true. The love of my wife Judy, she said yes, and bless her heart, she took a chance on a guy who didn't have a degree, career, financial stability. And soon, we were blessed even more with 1, 2, 3 beautiful kids, and son 6 years later. Now, my wife doesn't like this joke, but I did say this, but I used to tell everyone, you know, the reason why we have 4 kids back then is because we didn't have enough TVs. Now we have TV in every room, and this is true, literally. But, you know, it's funny because we were really struggling financially, working weekdays and going to Arlington Traders Flea Market on the weekends with 3 little girls, and later with our son. And yet I found time to volunteer for the community. And of course, it was because my wife, sorry, typo, my boss, allowed me to volunteer. And so it began in 2000's journey of volunteering. And I still believe that to this day, it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. When I assisted seniors in 2004, they came out of the voting booth, the lady saying that I never thought that I'd be able to vote in my lifetime because of the process I didn't understand and because of the language barrier. And the following year, many senior citizens and applicants called me and said they now got the application citizenship and they want to go ahead and they want to vote. 36 years old, without a degree, education, career, or financial means, with 3 young daughters, 7, 5, 4, and in 2006, a son, I made a difference in someone's life. We have many volunteers here, for sure, and in various capacity, and you know what happens when you serve people, and when you know you made a difference in someone's life, you want to do it more. That's where I was. And the funny thing is, I told my wife, I said, you know, I want to go back to school, and she said, why? I said, to be a better servant. She said, how? And I said, I'm going to be an attorney and serve the community. And she said, and thinking that she was going to say, are you crazy? You don't have a degree, and you want to go back to school after at age 36 with 3 little kids to be a better servant? Why now, right? But bless her heart, she said yes. And I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm in trouble now. She said yes, now I have to go ahead and follow through. And by the way, one piece of advice, I want to tell you that when you go back to school in your older years, late 30s and 40s, your mind doesn't really work the way you hope it would, especially in grad school, law school, you know, and also working part-time to send some money back home. So I prayed. I prayed a lot. I asked God to help me, please get me over these difficult moments. And there were a lot of difficult moments, I can tell you, that's a whole new story. That if he gets me over the hump, you know, difficult bumps, that I'll stay true to going back to school, which was to be a better servant. And, you know, continuously asked for something in lieu of doing something, but he answered my prayer, and in the service, serving the community went on. I served in various capacities as an average me, and I didn't really see myself running for an office, but because again, I'm just an average me. But what made me think about running is that I wanted to continue making a difference. But more importantly, I wanted to encourage young adults, our future leaders. But by the way, I always say that I'm an average person, and just like you, but I just realized, and I truly believe that I'm an average person, but I realized that a lot of you here are really exceptional, and you are more than average exceptional. So forgive me, I apologize for comparing myself to you, but you guys really are amazing, and you made me always learn from you. So I want to share my story, not to brag, or not because my story is greatest, but because I want young adults to know that where I am, it's not because I'm smart, but because I was blessed, because he guided me, and I persevere. I wanted them to know that straight path out of high school, going to college and getting a job, it's likely the best path. But if, for some reason, they happen to take a different path, like me, fall or go off track, like me, that there is another path waiting for them to take, and God has a plan for them, even if they don't know what they want to do at their stage of life. They certainly have the gift from God and to achieve far greater things that us adults, parents have, if they put their mind to it and persevere. Same thing that I would say to my kids, something that I didn't hear when I was at their age. And to be honest with you, I believe in sharing that message. I believe sharing that message is a never-ending task. It's something that all of us have to take on because it's true. It takes a village, for sure. So when I ran for city council, I said that I would rather tell the truth and earn friendship than vote. I still have the same belief. I said I will make it a priority to go out and listen and learn from citizens' issues and concerns so that I could best advocate for them. And I'm sure I failed at times miserably, but I hope you know that I had the best intention, even though the advocacy might not be the standard that you were expecting. And I want to say at least this much, that I am the same person that you knew if you knew me before I became a council. Same person that I am when I was a city council, and I will be the same person if I get the opportunity to serve at the next level. Because at the end of the day, and I always believe this, that I don't think of myself as politicians, but I always think of myself as a servant. Never about me, my personal goals or agendas. Rather, it's always been about you, the residents, your issues and concerns, how I could best advocate for you and represent you. And it will be no different in my next journey. Funny thing, my father, who will be 90 next year, he's so funny. He asked me why I wanted to run for city council, and I said, to serve people. And then he said, do you get paid? I said, no. He said, why are you running? The other day I called him, I said, I'm running for a state. And he said, are you getting paid? I said, yes, but very little. And in fact, I'm actually going to be losing money because I'll be down in Austin so long, away from the work. And then, you know what he said. Why are you doing this? Why are you, come to your senses. That's what he was saying. But in all seriousness, I want to thank each of you, right? Because all of you here, you have the passion to serve, to make a difference in the community's life, in someone's life, but you are not getting paid, right? If you're getting paid, let me know. But only after my wife's not here, because she thinks that I'm, didn't know about that. But I want to thank each of you, and I know I appreciate your time and value your time, and really thank you for being here, because I am truly grateful. I want to thank each of you, Mike Land, the staff, mayor, council. By the way, what Mr. Kim was reading, he said that you guys are going to buy dinner going around, and so that was the translation. But for putting up with me, teaching me, guiding me, sharing a piece of your knowledge, trusting me, supporting me, encouraged me, walking with me, giving me a hug with kind words, and especially for praying for me and my family. I am really truly blessed to have all of you in my life, my wife, my daughter, son, sisters, brother-in-laws, friends, as extended family of brothers, sisters, moms and dads, teachers, advisors, counselors. I can go on and on. But it boils down to this. All of you are blessings to me. I am sad and emotional, but at the same time, I know you're in good hands with the current city staff, mayor, council members, and our newly elected council, Ramesh. I just want to say thank you for being part of my blessing, being part of my story. I will cherish it forever. I am grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, John. We have a city council meeting coming up next, so you're welcome to stick around for that. It's always lots of fun. We've got a swearing in of several positions as well as our newest council member, and I invite you to stay for that. And without that, please stick around and give your regards to John. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Everybody, we want to.
You guys ready? All right.
I think we're ready. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. The time is 7:39 p.m. and we will move into the regular session of the Coppell City Council. Just as an administrative note, persons wishing to speak during our citizens' appearance or any of the public hearings must sign the register located outside the council chambers and list your address. Tonight, we're honored to have the Honor Guard of the Coppell Fire Department present the flags, but first we're going to have an invocation by Reverend Alex Yohanan. So please stand for the prayer and then remain standing for the pledge. Thank you.
Almighty God, our everlasting God, on this auspicious occasion, we beseech you to grant us your blessings and mercies. We thank you for creating the entire universe and everything in it. We also thank you for preserving them for your glory. We bow our hearts in your presence now and pray that you will empower us to carry out your will and purpose. We thank you for the United States of America and the America's democracy that we hold on to in the general administration of the country, state and city. We pray for all the firefighters, police officers, emergency personnel, public works department, and city staff who work day and night for the welfare of the people of this city. Today, as we have gathered together in the city of Coppell, Texas, we pray for your blessings upon the elected mayor, pro tem mayor, and all the elected officials, staff, and workers. Guide and lead them in the city's administration and all walks of life. God, we acknowledge that you remain as Lord and Master over everything. Therefore, we pray that you fill the elected officials and city staff with your wisdom to hold on to all that is true and noble in order to glorify you and carry out their responsibilities with the spirit of righteousness and justice. Grant us unity and the spirit of reconciliation so that the city will prosper and all would rejoice in the elected officials carrying out their responsibilities. Lord, we pray that you bless everyone present here today. May peace prevail in the city and your great name will be glorified. We ask this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Hold. Left. Face. Breathe, Zen. On. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order. Arms. Right. Face. Forward. March.
Thank you. Please be seated. Item number 6 is swearing in of the mayor and council members for places 4, 5, and 6. I would like to invite our municipal court judge, Sandra White, to please come forward. Now, Judge White, I've said this before, but we don't routinely look forward to seeing you in your court, but you're welcome here anytime.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the invitation. raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Wes Mays,
I, Wes Mays,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute
to faithfully execute
the duties of mayor
the duties of mayor
of the city of Coppell,
of the city of Coppell,
state of Texas,
state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of the state, and of this state,
and of this state,
and the charter and ordinances
and the charter and ordinances
of the city of Coppell.
of the city of Coppell.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Step aside.
So thank you very much, Judge White. In all honesty, I make light of your service that you provide for the city, but we really do treasure what you do for us. So thank you very much. I wanted to thank the citizens of Coppell. Seeing an outgoing congressman or city councilman, I'm getting ahead of myself, like that's embarrassing. Like Mayor Pro Tem John June talk about all the city's services and services that he's done to the citizens is really humbling. One of the things I would like to do, though, is thank everyone for electing me to another term for 3 years. I'm very proud of what we've done, and I'm not going to go on because we could be here for hours talking about all the great things that the city has done. But I would like to thank my family for the support they've given me over the years. I was chastised by one of my family members for not recognizing them at the last swearing in 3 years ago. And I kind of did it on purpose because my wife is very much like Judy June. She doesn't really like a whole lot of attention, but my wife is really the reason that I'm successful. Whenever I'm going off the wall at home, she's the one that says, calm down, take it easy, don't worry about it, it'll be good. So I really have to thank Linda for where we are today. And then to keep us grounded in our civic duties is my son-in-law, Michael. Michael is I don't know exactly what you want to call him, but he's not exactly the most straightforward city servant, but he does definitely keep us focused on what's real and what needs to be done. Probably the most grounded person in the entire family is my daughter, Allison, who is always a sense of reasonableness. And of course, then there is the newest grandbaby of the family, our first, Miss Charlotte Rose, is here tonight. So we're excited to have her for her first campaign and election. And then I'd also like to thank my son and his fiancée, Chris and Catherine, for coming in for Plano for tonight. So thank you very much. I really love you guys, and thank you for being here. Judge, let's get on with the show, as it says.
All right, Mayor, thank you. Okay, next up, Councilperson Kevin Neville. All right. That's wonderful. All right, family, come on. All right. If you'll raise your right hand, please, Councilman, and repeat after me. I, Kevin Neville, do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute the duties
to faithfully execute the duties
of City Council Place 4
of City Council Place 4
of the City of Coppell,
of the City of Coppell,
State of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the charter and ordinances
and the charter and ordinances
of the City of Coppell.
of the City of Coppell.
So help you God.
So help me God.
You're welcome to use the microphone.
I didn't know if we're doing that or not.
You're welcome to.
At the mic again.
What did you say, Don?
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all showing up for me and my swearing in. I really do appreciate it. So, no, I'm really excited. Again, the trust that was given to me by the citizens for the first 3 years, I really do appreciate that. I love serving this city. It's such a great blessing. First of all, I got to recognize my family that were up here, my beautiful wife Amanda and my kids Claire and Lucas. Thank you guys for all of your support. And I get this from my son sometimes, like, Daddy, you're going to another meeting? And I am, but I want to leave Coppell a better place for my kids as they grow up. So I'm very excited about that. Last time my son was here, he was actually in a wheelchair because he broke his leg. So thanks for being on both of your feet there, buddy. I appreciate it. Last thing I just wanted to say is I lost my grandmother 2 weeks ago, and she was an amazing civil servant. And she was one of the reasons that inspired me to run. So this one's for you, Grandma. Thank you.
Councilperson-elect Ramesh Kumar. All right, we're ready? All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ramesh Kumar,
I, Ramesh Kumar,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute the duties
to faithfully execute the duties
of City Council Place 5
of City Council Place 5
of the City of Coppell,
of the City of Coppell,
State of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my abilities
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Coppell,
and the Charter and ordinances of City of Coppell,
so help you God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank my family, including my sister and her entire family, and my entire campaign team, mostly made of my buddies that went to school with me in undergrad. Can you please give a cheer? As well as my buddies who went to grad school with me, and all the wonderful friends and neighbors that I made in Dallas, and to the fantastic people of Coppell who placed their trust in me and elected me to this role. Thank you.
So one other little thing we've got going. Now, I noticed that you had a city button that somebody gave you for your role on the Smart Cities Board. I can't imagine who gave that to you. But we got an official one now for the city council. So sit with me just a second.
Thank you.
Out that way.
All right. You have anybody to join you? All right. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bijou Matthew,
I, Bijou Matthew,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute
to faithfully execute
the duties of City Council Place 6
the duties of Council Place 6,
of the City of Coppell,
City of Coppell,
the State of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
to do the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of the United States
the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the Charter
and the Charter
and ordinances
and the ordinance
of the City of Coppell.
of the City of Coppell.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mayor. First of all, I want to thank Reverend Alex Yohanan for doing the invocation for today. We appreciate it. I want to thank all the supporters who are here today. It's been working with you. It's been a long time that I have worked with you all, and thanks for providing me the support that I needed in the City Council for the past 6 years. I do really appreciate it, and I'll do my best of my ability. I just sworn in for the next 3 years. I want to thank my family. My wife, Shiji, is here. My son, Noah, is here. My mom, from all the way from India, is here. Thank you for coming, for this swearing in. I appreciate it. And most of all, the most important people I want to thank, the citizens of Coppell. You have trusted me with this job. I'm very thankful. I'm grateful for this job that I'm doing. I hope I'm doing the best job. I didn't have any opposition this time. I'm thankful for this opportunity that you all have given me. I'll promise you that I'll do my best going forward for the next 3 years. Thank you very much.
All right, moving down our agenda, item number 7 is a proclamation designating the week of May 19th through 25th, 24 as Emergency Medical Services Week. Chief, could I get you to come on down? I sound like Bob Barker saying, come on down. Thank you for joining me. Chief, whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service and is provided by the Coppell Fire Department, and whereas members of the Coppell Fire Department are ready to provide advanced life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services have grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continued education to enhance their life-saving skills, and whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical service providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week. Therefore, I, Wes Mays, Mayor of the City of Coppell, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Services Week in the City of Coppell, Texas. This is the 50th anniversary of EMS Week, and the theme is Honoring Our Past, Forging Our Future. And I encourage the community to observe this week with the appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. In witness thereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Coppell to be affixed this 14th day of May, 2024. Thank you, Chief, and all of your team for everything that you do for us. And would you guys like to say a few words?
Well, good evening. My name is Kevin Richardson. I have the honor of serving as the fire chief here in the city of Coppell. And like the mayor was saying on the proclamation, this is the 50th anniversary of Emergency Medical Services Week. So if you can imagine 50 years ago what the EMS system looked like. President Ford at the time in the early 70s decided that they were going to enhance the system. So they had strategy for two things. One was to recognize the medical professionals that were in the field, and the second part was about education. And so here in the city of Coppell, the Emergency Medical Services is run by the fire department. All of our firefighters are dual trained as paramedics as well. So you're in good hands. And I'd like to introduce our division chief, Michael McDowell. He provides leadership for our program, and he'll share a couple of comments.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. We're honored to be here tonight. One of the great privileges that we have is honoring our members, and that's all the members of the Coppell Fire Department. We take great pride in the life-saving work that they do. One example of honoring them is that anytime we have a life save of a citizen, we want to recognize that life save. And tomorrow, we're actually going to be doing that at one of our local hospitals. And we're very thankful that that citizen is going to be there to meet that crew that helped save his life. And so that's an awesome accomplishment that we're very proud of our members for. Another thing that we take great pride in is our educational programs, like Chief was talking about. We offer a variety of classes and training programs through our Life Safety Park. And we encourage you to look on the Life Safety Park website or the Coppell Fire Department website, and you can find the link to Life Safety Park to get signed up for some of those classes and for additional information. Some of the classes that we offer are AED training, CPR training, and first aid training. So there's a lot of great things, a lot of great opportunities for education on there, and we thank you all very much for having us tonight.
So the chief mentioned it just in passing. I had a call from a citizen the other day asking me if all of our firefighters were EMT trained. And I had to say, no, they're all paramedics. So they're all at the highest level of training that we can really provide, and that's every fire truck that we have. So we're in very good hands. So Councilmember Nevels, did you have something you wanted to say?
Absolutely. I just wanted to take a moment, talking about emergency medical services, how important that is for our city and our community. This council, I think, has embraced that with Fire Station 5 coming online. And, Chief, you've given us multiple presentations just about, preserving, technically preserving that ISO Class 1 rating. But really what that means is that we're trying to provide the maximum amount of life-saving service that we can to our citizens. So thank you for being an amazing steward to safety, to our entire community, and thank you for continuing to continue to educate us about what this community needs to be as safe as possible. So thank all of you guys for all the amazing work that you do. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks, Chief. All right, item number 8 on the agenda is a proclamation designating the week of May 19th through 25th as National Public's Work Week, and I believe Mr. Garza is on his way down. Now, Mike, you do all the public works all by yourself, right? That's right. Oh. Come on down. I don't bite, believe it or not. All right. Whereas Public Works employees design, construct, operate, and maintain infrastructure, facilities, and equipment that are of vital importance to the health, safety, welfare, and high quality of life of the citizens of Coppell, and whereas these infrastructures, facilities, and equipment could not be provided without the dedicated service, teamwork, and innovation of Public Works employees, and whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and business leaders to gain knowledge of and maintain an interest in public works. And whereas the year 2024 marks the 64th annual National Public Work Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Now there, I, Wes Mays, Mayor of the City of Coppell, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through 25th, 2024 as National Public Works Week in the City of Coppell, and encourage all citizens to join with the representatives of the American Public Works Association and the City of Coppell in support of our public work employees to recognize the substantial contributions they make while providing and protecting our health, safety, welfare, and quality of life. In witness thereof, I've set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Coppell to be affixed this 14th day of May 2024. Did you have a few words you'd like to say?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. My name is Mike Garza, and I serve as the Director of Public Works for the City of Coppell. I have a team up here with me, and you know, Public Works is one of those teams that work behind the scenes. We like to say if things are going well and we don't receive any phone calls, which means your toilets are flushing and your water's running, the streets are in good shape, the traffic signals are on green, and you get to drive through town. So it's one of those things that we do. Our Public Works Department has many teams that manage many assets and infrastructure, and we take pride in maintaining those. So it's a privilege to serve the residents of Coppell. Thank you.
Councilmember Walker, I believe you had something to say.
I just wanted to thank Mike, you and your team. You know, like you say, you know, y'all do so many wonderful things that no one ever knows about, and yet it guarantees we have clean drinking water and that we save millions of gallons of water because of our median design and the interconnection with Louisville and Grapevine and the lift station, and everything that you work on is really vital to our quality of life. And yet, you know, you're kind of the unsung heroes. So I just want to thank you for all that you do to make our life as good as it is here in town and to keep everything working the way it should. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Carroll.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Garza, the rest of staff, sort of reiterating what Mr. Walker is saying, we really thank you for what you do. A city should do, in my opinion, two primary things: public safety, public works. Those are core elements of what a city should do, and we need to do it well. I love hearing from citizens when they call and say they ran into somebody in our Public Works Department and they were extremely knowledgeable and they were had a great demeanor, and at times you even have to bring a situation down by your own demeanor, because usually people are upset when they're talking with you because water's flowing where it's not supposed to be flowing or something. So the staff does a great job interacting with our citizens and really publicizing how great this staff is across the board and everything. So I don't want it to ever be underappreciated how important public works is to not only this city but all cities. But y'all do a phenomenal job with that. So thank you very much for what you do.
Councilmember Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, Public Works Department, their job doesn't end at 5 p.m. because emergencies aren't scheduled during regular business hours. And when you think of all the things that have occurred over the past couple of years with the big freeze and you know, telephone poles being knocked down, those things just didn't happen when they were supposed to. And you know, there's a lot of people on call that have to respond to these things. And thankfully, we have an outstanding group of people here that just do a fantastic job. And thank you. You guys are the unsung heroes, and we really appreciate it.
Councilmember Matthew.
Thank you, Mayor. Mike and your team, guys are doing an excellent work. That's why we approved the new building for you. That's going to be fantastic things for you. New locker room too, right? Yeah, I just want to echo what everybody said. We always get feedback from the residents, right? If something breaks, people complain, but the compliments we also receive from the residents, how well you got. We still have to fix all the lights on the Denton taps, synchronizing them, right? Mayor mentioned that last time. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it.
Control.
What is it?
You got it under control?
Mike and I have a meeting later this
Oh,
week.
okay. So I won't get involved. Thank you again, once again, appreciate it.
Councilmember, I keep wanting to call you Councilmember Ramesh. That's just not going to work. Preman Kumar.
Mayor, you can call me Councilmember Ramesh anytime. So the residents of Coppell really enjoy the quality of life they have here, and I think your department, Mike, all of you are a big reason for that. Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks. Thanks. Oh, she's wanting a photo? Hey, thank you. Thanks. All right, item number 9 is a proclamation designating the month of May as National Water Safety Month. And I'd like to invite Jessica Carpenter and her crew down. Oh, we have a big crew.
It's actually Trinity. I'm going to pass the honor over here to Trinity.
They told me you weren't here. All right, now this is a bad sign because this morning at the State of Education, we were challenged to create a chorus line for the Coppell City Council. So that's coming up for next year. So not going to be led by me, though. All right. Whereas citizens of Coppell recognize the vital role that swimming and aquatics-related activities relate to good physical and mental health and enhance the quality of life for all people. And whereas the citizens of Coppell understand the essential role that education regarding the topic of water safety plays in preventing drowning and recreational water-related injuries. And whereas the city of Coppell is aware of the contributions made by recreational water industry in developing safe swimming facilities, aquatic programs, home pools and spas, and related activities, providing healthy places to recreate, learn, and grow confidence and self-worth, which contributes to the quality of life in our community. Whereas the citizens of Coppell recognize the ongoing efforts and commitments to educate the public on pool and spa safety issues, and whereas Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, has proclaimed May to be Water Safety Month. Whereas the citizens of Coppell understand the vital importance of communicating water safety rules and programs to individuals of all ages, whether owners of private pools, user of public swimming facilities, or visitors to water parks. Therefore, now I, Wes Mays, Mayor of the City of Coppell, do hereby proclaim the month of May as National Water Safety Month, and in witness thereof, I've set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Coppell to be affixed this 14th day of May, 2024. And I'm guessing you had a few words to say.
Hello, I am Trinity Klepsig. I'm the aquatics supervisor over at the Corps. So I do all things pools, and I am so glad that we are here tonight. We've brought our lovely mascot right here, Margot the manatee. So if you see Margot around during the summertime, she'll be hot, but she's ready to teach you all about how to swim safely. Speaking of that, on Friday last week, luckily, I was able to get some inside and into Town Center Elementary and able to talk to them about water safety. So if some of your kids came home from Town Center Elementary with a couple extra things, thank you so much for letting me be here tonight. We're so excited to have water safety through May and also through the rest of the summer when we're actually swimming. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much. You know, I do spend quite a bit of my time at the Corps, but not in the water, but I do see all the citizens coming in every morning way before I get there, and the dedication to the aquatic sports is unbelievable. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Okay, item number 10 is our citizens' appearance. We do have one write-in, so persons wishing to speak must sign the register and list their address. Presentations by individuals be limited to 2 minutes each. An individual speaker time may be extended for an additional 2 minutes with approval of the majority of the council members present. Persons signed up to speak will be called in the order that they signed up. No personal attacks by any speaker shall be made against any member of the council, the mayor, individual, group, or corporation. There will be no comments or deliberations from the City Council due to the Texas Open Meetings Record Act. Our one speaker that I believe was hoping to speak is Mr. Andrew Kim.
Yep. With our deepest appreciation, my name is Andrew Kim. Not resident Coppell. I'm living in Fort Worth.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, if I might chime in, he wants to give you an appreciation plaque, so if you could maybe come down and
Yes.
receive it.
Yeah, that's better.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. I'm sitting in here.
Sure.
Yeah. With our deepest appreciation, we proudly honor Mayor, West Mayor, City of Coppell. In recognition and appreciation of your dedicated service and your continued support the Korean American community. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. May 14, 2024. Andrew Kim, President, Korean Association of Dallas. Thank you.
I'm not supposed to comment, but I think I will anyway. What Mr. Kim didn't state was this involves being invited to a number of galas and festivals that are very educational, very informative. They're also very fattening because there's also lots of food and very good Korean food. And I end up spending many hours at the gym after each festival. So thank you very much. Item number 11 is our consent agenda. The consent agenda is routine in nature and is generally enacted in one motion. These items have been previously approved through the budget or past council action. Any item may be pulled and considered separately. Full descriptions of each item are available on the screen. Council, do you have any items that you wish to have pulled from the agenda? Seeing none, I will accept a motion. Councilmember Walker.
Thank you, Mayor Mays. I'll move for approval of the consent agenda as proposed.
Seconded by Councilmember Nevels. All in favor?
Walker, Carroll, Nevels, Prem Kumar, Matthew Hill in favor. None opposed. The motion carries.
Thank you very much. Item number 12 is a public hearing, so I'll open the public hearing and state that persons wishing to speak during the public hearing must sign the register. We actually don't have anybody signed up, so we're going to skip the reading of the rest of that. Mary, would you please read the item into the record?
Yes, sir. Item number 12, public hearing. Consider approval of a zone change request from PD 183R-C to PD 183R2-C to approve a detailed site plan for a 46,265 square foot fine arts building, a 4,600 square foot tennis building, and field equipment event areas on 63.478 acres of property located at 185 West Parkway Boulevard. So this item deals with Coppell High School. The Coppell High School site has expanded over the years to include new buildings and facilities as deemed necessary by the school board. This current round of construction will see a new fine arts building, a new tennis building, and a new field events area constructed. This overall aerial shows the location of the two proposed buildings and field event activity in relation to the existing buildings and structures on site. So this is currently what's on the ground. We have a new tennis center going to be located at the north end of the site, adjacent to the tennis facility. Bless you. A fine arts building to the west of the site, and then an activity field just south of the proposed field or fine arts building. So the first building we're going to talk about is the new tennis building. This 4,600 tennis center will be constructed on the northern portion of the site, adjacent to the existing tennis courts and existing building, which is, again, central to the site. The building is one-story sprinklered, will have offices for coaching, staff, storage, and locker rooms. The facility will be constructed in a portion of the existing parking lot. The other building proposed is the Fine Arts Building. At 46,265 square feet, the building will have a band hall, storage areas, offices, lockers, and other instrument rooms, practice rooms, etc. This is also proposed to be a one-story sprinkler building. This building is proposed to be constructed on the western portion of this property, which currently operates as a baseball field. This building will house the band, choir, color guard, dance, and cheerleaders. The last item proposed with this zoning is the construction of a long jump and pole vault area just south of the new Fine Arts Building, which currently operates as a ball field as well. So now onto landscaping. The area around the new tennis building will not have any additional landscaping. What you see on the screen here is the new Fine Arts Building, and it is proposed to have landscaping surrounding the building and parking area abutting the building. A dense living screen exists along the western border of the property, shielding the residents from the building. 20 new trees are proposed on site with additional shrubs, grasses, and perennials. Just south of this, in the new field area, we also have a dense living screen that extends down the western property line and screens the new outdoor field area. And as you can see, the majority of this space is green space. Now we're going to take a look at the elevations. Both buildings will be constructed of brick. The Fine Arts Building will have an accent brick design on one elevation that you can see on the front of the building. The door entrances will have metal canopies, and there are downspouts around the exterior of the building. So here's a rendering of the proposed band hall. And then here we have a rendering of the entrance into the Fine Arts Building. The tennis center will have the same main brick with metal canopies over the doorways and metal downspouts. The existing tennis building and the proposed new building will be adjacent to one another and will be fenced in together. And then here's a rendering of the proposed tennis center entrance. So what we're looking at now is a blow-up area of the proposed signage that's going to be on the building. So the top sign is Coppell Tennis will be on brushed aluminum letters over the main entrance, measuring 14 square feet. And then there's proposed signage on the building for the Fine Arts Rehearsal Building in brushed aluminum letters over the main entrance, measuring 27 square feet. As this is a zone change request, we did send out letters, 78 notices within 200 feet as required by state law, an additional 250 courtesy notices within 800 feet. We had 3 people calling, essentially asking what was happening, but with no objection. We had one response in opposition, but not to the proposal, but to the students littering, parking in the neighborhood, and that type of thing. So the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended unanimous approval of the request subject to the following conditions. One, that there may be additional comments during the detailed engineering review. Two, to file the plat showing the revised fire lanes and easements. Three, PD conditions, A, to allow the landscaping as proposed, and B, to approve the site plan as presented. This is the end of my presentation, but there is someone from the school board as well who is available to answer questions.
Council, do you have any questions for Mrs. Boswell? I see at least one applicant out there. Mr. Grant, did you have anything you'd like to say? No is a good answer.
Thank you, Mayor Mays, council members, City Manager Land. My name is Sid Grant, for those of you who don't know me. I was, about 4 years ago, I retired from Coppell ISD after 23 years, and now I'm back helping with the bond program as kind of its bond program manager. So just thank you so much. One of the main things I want to say is Mary and her team have been amazing helping us through this process. And we truly appreciate all that you and she and her team have done. If you'd like, I can give a brief explanation of what some of the what's going to be held in the building, and then what's going to happen in Coppell High School, where those programs leave the main building and go to the new building.
What's that? I'm detecting contentment up here, so. I did have one question. I'm sorry, this may be more for Mary, but it looked like to me that the tennis center was infringing on the parking in the access area to the parking area behind the football field. Did I misread the plot on that?
Yeah,
I did. That's usual.
It does come out slightly, so they'll lose, I believe, 8 parking spaces. But it doesn't encroach, or it doesn't come past the fire line that goes by.
Okay, thank you. That was all. That was the only thing I saw.
Sure.
Parking is one thing, roadway is another. Councilmember Nevels.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to close the public hearing and approve agenda item 12 with the conditions listed.
Thank you. Second by Councilmember Carroll. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Walker, Carroll, Nevels, Prem Kumar, Matthew Hill in favor, none opposed, motion carries.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Item number 13 is consider a resolution directing publication of notice of intent to issue certificates of obligation and authorizing the mayor to sign. Ms. Tien.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This evening, staff is recommending the issuance of certificate of obligations in the amount not to exceed $53.5 million for various water system projects, a street project, and facility projects that includes a 5th fire station and the construction of a service center, as well as remodeling of the existing service center. So specifically, the projects are, and the funding amounts are $24 million for Royal Lane, $12.5 million for the service center projects, and then $11.5 million for fire station number 5, for a total of $48 million. That would be tax-supported portion of the bonds. Then the water and sewer system projects to be funded by this bond issuance are $4 million for various water and sewer system projects, and then $1 million for the water system redundancy project. So that totals $5 million, and that portion of the bonds would be funded through water and sewer revenues. So the not-to-exceed amount also includes an estimated $500,000 for the bond issue costs. So speaking with our financial advisor and bond counsel, the not-to-exceed amount is an estimated amount that is revised later when the bond issue process, as we move through the bond issue process. We cannot exceed the amount of $53.5 million. However, that amount could go down. So this is the first step in the process of issuing bonds. This item directs staff to publicize the notice of intent to issue certificate of obligations in the newspaper for 2 consecutive weeks. So the first notice would be published this Saturday, and the 18th, with the second notice published on May 25th. And then you would, there would be an ordinance for your consideration on July 9th. So I have Jason Hughes, who is our financial advisor with Hilltop Securities, present, and both of us are here to answer any questions that you might have this evening.
Thank you very much. Council, any questions? So I'm just going to summarize. This is just a maximum amount. If we decide to fund any one of the projects with an alternate source of funding, it doesn't mean that we have to use this money for that.
That is correct.
Councilmember Carroll.
Thank you, Mayor. Since you came out, I was going to go ahead and ask a question about the market in general, and I know
Yes,
we're not at the point of actually issuing any certificates yet, but in general, what is the market? How good is the market for issuing debt at this point? I mean, with rates being up in general, and I'm assuming these are tax exempt, right? Tax exempt bonds.
They would be.
But still, what's the market like at the moment?
So it's been very favorable. I had one pricing today. It's actually a 25-year term. We're contemplating 20 years here, but the 25-year term was 3.97%. So the 20-year term, I would estimate it's around 3.7 to 3.8, maybe 3.85%. So sub 4 as it stands right now.
Okay, so still good, and still a lot of buyers at the
100%.
A lot of liquidity.
The client that I had today, which is actually lower rated than you are, we had 12 bids, if I remember correctly, for that.
Okay.
So yes, there's absolutely good demand, especially Coppell as a AAA. I will have no problem selling it.
Okay, so that's good, and this is, and we'll have a discussion later on about what the debt strategy is going to be. Is that correct? Is that fair, Ms. Tien?
Yes. So at your council retreat, Jason and I have been working on different strategies to present to you on how to repay the bonds.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks.
I would be happy to accept a motion at this point. Councilmember Carroll.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve item 13. It's not a public hearing, I don't think.
Councilmember Hill, seconded. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for the reminder.
Thank you. I earned my money right there.
Yes, you did. The city attorney reminded me of a piece that I needed to say before we go to that step. So, Mr. Carroll, if you will set aside your motion for a moment,
We'll withdraw my motion.
So I would ask to call for a motion to adopt a resolution directing publication of notice of intention to issue certificates of obligation. Mr. Carroll.
Thank you, Mayor. I so move.
Thank you. Seconded by Councilmember Hill. All in favor?
Walker, Carroll, Nevels, Prem Kumar, Matthew Hill in favor. None opposed. The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming all the way out here for 5 minutes of work.
My pleasure.
Okay, item number 14 is consider declaring a vacancy of an alternate member place on the Board of Adjustments. Ms. Owens.
Thank you, Mayor. This item before you tonight is to consider declaring a vacancy of an alternate member place on the Board of Adjustment. This appointment was made on January 1st of 2024 for a 2-year term, and there are certain requirements that must be fulfilled when an appointment is made. Unfortunately, we have not had that done, and we are looking to declare a vacancy because the office was never fully taken on by the appointee. I'm happy to answer any questions for you.
Council, any questions? Councilmember Nevels.
Thank you, Mayor. And just to clarify for the public, so multiple good faith efforts were made to make sure that this individual understood the requirements, and I just wanted to make sure that that was done.
Sure, yes, sir, absolutely. We offer orientation. We made multiple contacts through email to no avail.
Okay.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir.
Thank you for that.
Councilmember Nevels.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve agenda item 14.
Seconded by Councilmember Walker. All in favor?
Walker, Carroll, Nevels, Prem Kumar, Matthew Hill in favor, none opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you very much. And item number 15, this is consider appointment of the mayor pro tem as required by section 3.05 of the Home Rule Charter. We have had the selection of the mayor pro tem is designated by our charter to be a member of the city council and is elected by the city council at the first regular meeting following the elections, so such as today. The mayor pro tem's duties are to act as the mayor during the disability or the absence of the mayor, and has the capacity to have the rights of mayor conferred upon them at that point. The mayor pro tem is elected by this council. It is a choice of the council. The mayor pro tem serves at will of the council. Traditionally, we have had a rotating membership for the mayor pro tem, and it gets basically the person that hasn't served the least amount of time for the longest time. And so when you take a look at the people that have never served mayor pro tem, that would be Kevin Nevels, Don Carroll, Jim Walker, and Ramesh Prem Kumar. And the person that has been on the council the longest is Kevin Nevels, so he would be the next person in line. The other three, Mark Hill, Brianna, Hinojosa, and Bijou, have all served as mayor pro tem, so the four that have not take priority. So with that, our typical selection would be Councilmember Nevels. And with that big, long explanation, I would accept a nomination. Councilmember, I think you both tied each other.
Let Don do it.
He beat me by 30
Councilmember
days.
Carroll.
I want it clear he beat me by 30 days. Nevertheless, I move to appoint Mr. Nevels as mayor pro tem.
Thank you very much. Seconded by Councilmember Walker. I'm sorry, down here, they had my attention this direction. Sorry, down there. All in favor?
I can vote for myself?
Yes.
Walker, Carroll, Nevels, Prem Kumar, Matthew Hill in favor, none opposed, the motion carries.
All right, thank you very much. Item number 16 is the city manager reports for project updates, future agendas, and direction from the work session.
Mayor and council, thank you. First of all, I want to compliment your family as they're getting ready to leave. That baby slept through the whole meeting. Woo! Oh, now she's awake, just in time for y'all to go home.
I heard Grandpa.
Right. All right, so South Belt Line, all lanes are open. The contractor is working on punch list items. That's why every once in a while you may see a lane closed. DART continues to work on the franchise relocations at Freeport and the storm drain installation across Freeport. On Woodhurst, the contractor is preparing to pave half of the street from Sandy Knoll to the cul-de-sac. Andy Brown Park West, stream bank repairs. Reinforcing mats and soil anchors are being placed on the damaged section. Trail users should still avoid using this area. Village Parkway ground storage tank rehab. The work is complete and the tanks are back in service, just in time for the summer. The contractor is finishing up on the punch list items. The retail and dining survey, there are only a couple of days left. As a matter of fact, the final day is Thursday, May the 16th. So we're asking for our residents to provide the feedback on their retail and dining preferences. Residents are encouraged to take the survey to help us understand which retail stores and restaurants you enjoy most and which new offerings you would like to see in the future should we be able to be successful in recruiting here. So, Mayor, that concludes my comments.
Thank you very much. Item number 17 is the mayor and council reports on recent and upcoming events. Just as a reminder, the Fit City Challenge ends tomorrow, May 15th. If you have not joined the challenge, make sure you have entered your workouts so that they can be counted. We are in third place, by the way, right now. Join us in celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Cosby Library on May 18th from 9:45 to noon in the Town Center Plaza. If there's inclement weather, we'll be in the library meeting room. Just as a side note, one of our citizens or one of our residents was on the library board 25 years ago when the 25th anniversary was celebrated, and she had the original Jubilee handbook that had some photos of some very interesting city founders, including Mr. Hager and a couple of the former mayors. And I will have that on hand just in case anybody would like to see them back then. Really looking forward to the 50th anniversary at the library and invite the public to come out. Last week, Mr. Land and I traveled to Austin to testify before the Comptroller's Committee on 3.334. We gave our prepared remarks in our 10 minutes or less designated time spot. In addition to the two of us, the attorney for Round Rock spoke, the mayor of Helotes, Texas spoke, and John Kroll spoke. There were 5 speakers, and we were out in 28 minutes, so it was a quick day. This is in preparation for the lawsuit that is now scheduled for October. Item number 18, City Council reports concerning items of community involvement with no council action or deliberation permitted. I believe we have a report from Mr. Walker on the Coppell Arts Center Foundation.
Thank you, Mayor Mays. Fresh off the success of the Caribbean Gala in February, the Coppell Arts Center Foundation sponsored the presented show Bohemian Queen on April 6th. The foundation hosted the first ever VIP member reception before the 8 p.m. show, complete with a signature drink, the Killer Queen, heavy appetizers, and Rocking Queen trivia. The point of this was twofold: focus on selling out this incredible show and host a fun event for CACF members to enrich their Coppell Arts Center experience. Well, the 8 p.m. show sold out, and the 65-plus people who attended the pre-show reception had a blast. The foundation also hosted its second annual Member Gratitude Reception on May 1st at San Daniele and presented the foundation's yearly impact report. The Art Center's managing director, Janine, unveiled the 24-25 season for the first time, and we can't wait to experience it. And that's the Art Center tagline for next season. Next up for the foundation, they're already putting together a gala committee for the 2025 gala. If you know of people who love the arts and like to party, please send them to Lee Walker, the brilliant president of the foundation, at cacfpresident@gmail.com. And in October, the foundation has 2 huge events: a members-only celebration on the season's opening night on October 18, and the incredibly popular annual dog show on October 5. For the first time ever, there will be a presented show at the CAC the afternoon and night of the dog show called Canine Stars. We're looking forward to a Possum Day, yes, I meant to say that, of activities to engage new people and their furry friends with our amazing Arts Center. The CACF, the foundation, is also awarding the first ever scholarship for $2,000. The applications will be sent to both the CHS and New Tech counselors, and the deadline is June 30th. Students who attend Coppell ISD or live in the 75019 zip code are eligible to apply. And we have also just kicked off, the foundation's just kicked off the 24-25 membership campaign. So please go to the Coppell Arts Center website under the Get Involved tab to join. And that would conclude my report, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Item number 19 are public service announcements concerning items of community interest with no council action or deliberation. Do we have any public service announcements? Seeing none, item number 20. There was no necessary action from the executive session. Therefore, there being no further business before this council, we are adjourned at 8:45 p.m.